Hey guys, this is John Hilliard from JT's Vending. I just want to do a video about one of the main questions I keep getting about vending machines is how do you start a vending machine business? How do you find locations? And with doing that, it can turn into passive income. And I say, after it took me maybe a month or two to get acclimated with my location, my customers, who I was serving, how I was serving them, what they preferred. So it takes you about I say on average, maybe 3 months to get acclimated if you can get to know your location. So this video will be covering what I did first started to do to find locations, and just a few things that I was looking for, and then um, all of the no's that I received until I started getting yeses. So the law of average kicked in, and I called over 200. I said maybe 150 no's, and then I got my first yes, and then it was like another 120 no's, and I got my next yes, and grew from there. And at that point, it became just like word of mouth. So when I teach people about vending machines, about what I know and the process I go from, it's always I always direct it as don't focus on so much of your price and how you're going to set your prices. Focus on serving your customers well, doing an outstanding job, providing them with snacks that aren't out of date, things that they would prefer, and I have um, a questionnaire that if you buy a vending machine from us, we give you that list and we give you an hour of our time to teach you how to do it. But it's put out a list of the products that you can provide in the machine, just certain things that to get to know the customer, so it can save you a lot of money, save you thousands of dollars. So today, me and Arlo, he's a camera, he's a good boy. Me and my dog Arlo will be covering those simple things. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, leave them in the comment section. I guarantee you I'll answer them. I'll get back to you. So let's jump into the number one golden rule, the rule that I would suggest you stick to. But, if you're like me, yeah, you'll make a mistake. I made this mistake, but I, quickly corrected it. So that number one golden rule will be: do not buy a vending machine from me or anyone else until you have a location, a locked in, guaranteed location to place it. Because what'll happen is if you go to our website at jtsvendingserviceforyou.com and you buy a vending machine, or you say, hey, uh, John, I would like to come check out a vending machine and buy one. And then you contact me, I take you to the vending machine warehouse, I show you the vending machine, you hand me a handful of money and say, here, this for this machine. First thing I'll say before I even take your money is, do you have a location? And you'll say no, but I'll find one. Then I'll tell you, you can keep your money and come back when you have a location. Because what'll happen is you'll buy the machine. If I sell you the machine, knowing that if you don't have a location, it's going to cost you a lot more, and it's going to be a huger, like a much more grand mistake than anything else, then it feels like I'm intentionally misinforming you. So I'll say no. Keep your money. Find your vending machine location. One, get the dimensions of the vending machine to make sure it fits in your location when you do get it, and then you can save that headache of me having to deliver it for 200 for like $200, and then deliver it to your house, and then turn around and go, oh crap, I just found a vending machine location a week later, and now you have to pay an additional $200 to move it to that new location. So you're wasting 400, 500, $600 on just that instance, and you don't want to buy this machine and have it not working almost instantly. Move, Arlo. Move. So, so right now, it's my dog Arlo, who's a good boy. So right now, me and Arlo is out here, just hanging out. I went and picked up some apple pies and a bunch of little things to get situated, but in the new machines. But anyway, like I was saying, guys, the number one golden rule is location. Lock in a location before you buy a vending machine, and then after you buy a vending machine and you have a location, you buy a vending machine. Then I would suggest um, making sure that you have a schedule with whoever you're working with to pick your machine up, to drop it off, or if we have to deliver it, we can deliver it to a location, and you're there to just in case we need like to get into the location. Um, but all right, guys. So um, if you're in that process, just say if you are looking for a location, then number one thing you should focus on when looking for a location is foot traffic. I know it seems like a common thing, uh, but it's so normal, but it's so easily forgotten. Look for high traffic areas. Look for areas that have a lot of foot traffic, because I get calls with for vending machines, and they go, "Oh, we got 5 employees. We got 10 during the summer." No, um, thank you, but that's not enough employees to put, you know, $1,000 vending machine or less. Like that's just not enough to credit card readers and fees and all this in a small location like that. So check your locations, make sure they have high foot traffic, and you kind of want to guarantee, like, kind of lock in with the owner or whoever you're dealing with, that you can bring your machine at this exact time and you'll be good to go. So, number two would be seclusion. So, even if you find those high traffic locations, and try to make sure they're secluded to where there's not so much competition. What throws me off almost every time I see it is that vending machines inside of malls around the food court area. Because I'm like, no, I would just buy some food instead of buying vending machine product for $3, and I can buy food right over here at all those areas in the food court. So make sure you don't have so much competition to where you're out you're out of hundreds of dollars because your competitors' prices are cheaper, or there's food and easy access to food items nearby. Um, and when you're secluded, you can control the price. You set your prices, so it's either they buy snacks or buy from your machine, or they don't get snacks. It's kind of how it works when your area is secluded and your vending machines are the ones that are available with food and good moderate prices, um, and just good dates is what I've found. No one likes to go to a vending machine that has a horrible. They look at the product and it's a month old, 2 months old. So number three will be long hours. Look for locations with long hours, warehouses. Um, where right now we're in Memphis, Tennessee. We're in a distribution hub of the South. So there's several warehouses. I mean, thousands on top of thousands on top of thousands of warehouses, warehouse jobs, um, that you know have long hours. It's a lot of most of the companies here have three shifts, and that's what you want to look for. So, if you go back and watch the video that I spoke about, Swiss money, it's talking just about that. And the way I define Swiss money is not Swiss cheese or stuff like that, but it's sales while I sleep soundly. So while I'm at home sleeping and resting and spending time with my family, my vending machines are open 24/7 and they're going around the clock non-stop. So, wake up, giving God thanks, praising God that, I have this additional money in my bank account and hadn't even really been to the site, but maybe like once or twice a week. And that's to restock and collect them as, small amount of, the cash. I get a lot of my sales from credit cards. So, long hours is what you want to look for. And then, I get people that talk about, well, I tried this process and I hadn't had any luck. Yeah, well, I mean, they go, I called 20 people and I got all of them said no. Okay, well, call 200, 10x that, call 200, call 300, and everybody is different. You got some people out there on YouTube, they may post a video, oh, I called two people and got two yeses. Well, that was you. It was not my experience. I got hundreds of no's. And I say over 6 months. And at the time I was getting those no's, I was actually working at McCormick. I was working at a third shift warehouse and running the vending machine business during the daytime. That's what I was doing. So the people at McCormick, hey, what's going on, guys? But I was working at McCormick and still providing for my family, working and making sure I checked on my vending machines. I was how to improve my process with the vending machines and learning how to better serve the customers that I was serving, and that overall increased my situation to like make generate an additional passive income when I focus on what I was doing, how I was doing it, and we just been blessed. So like I said, guys, word of mouth, people family, friends, out and about. Don't be afraid to talk about what you do and what you offer, because a lot of times these locations that you do find or that I've been finding have been coming from my current customers, serving them so well, they go and tell other people, or the one customer that I do have has additional sites. Like, hey, I'm building a facility here. Can you put one here at this time? So serving my current customers well has paid off tremendously with just getting new locations through just word of mouth and serving others well. So thank you guys. If you have made it this far in this video, please put "can't be stopped" in the comment section, because if you're watching this video this far, you can do it. You want this information, it's out there. You have to be persistent, and you're gonna have to just keep trying. But I know it's doable because I'm I feel like I'm a regular guy working a warehouse job and got out there and did something and did it and made it happen with the grace of God. So guys, thank you so much for watching this far. Again, can't be stopped or unstoppable in the comment section, either one. May God bless. Au revoir. A bientôt.